During the button lock craze of 2022 and 2023, it seemed like we couldn't go more than a couple of days without a new button lock model being advertised and pushed down our throats. But though we had hundreds of knives come out from dozens of manufacturers, there were a few that stood above the rest. One of those that proved itself to be the best was the CJRB Pyrite series, with multiple blade shapes, multiple sizes, and price points from sub $30 all the way up to $200. There was a pyrite for everybody. And they all had something in common: fantastic action and reliability, and great value for their price range. But CJRB has outdone themselves and brought us possibly the best pyrite yet. Not only that, this might be one of the 2 best budget CJRB models ever. You definitely want to see what's in here. Stick around. What's up, Kripple Krew? EDC with DBD, disabled but deadly. And that's right, we're going back and looking at one of CJRB's best series ever, the Pyrite. I'm not going to spend too much time on the Pyrite series because by now we all know and love it. But I will cover it a little bit as well as show you that badass new knife. Before I do, stab that like button like you mean it. /subscribe. I'd love to have you here, and you're not going to want to miss all the dope knife and EDC content coming your way. You can bash that bell for notifications so that you don't miss anything like the upcoming 1,500 subscriber giveaway videos and that 1,500 YouTube subscriber live stream event where we're giving away a whole bunch of knives and gear. If you like what I do here, it only costs a couple of bucks a month to join Kripple Krew Inc. That gets you access to members-only content, members-only live streams, members-only giveaways, and as well as members' early access to certain reviews, and soon a members-only Discord. Like I said, a couple of bucks a month. It really helps what I do here at the channel, but that's completely up to you. One last favor, drop a comment below. Let me know what's in your pockets. All right. CJRB Pyrite, originally offered as a drop point at just, under 7.5 inches with a 3.15 inch blade. It became a hit pretty quickly due to its awesome button lock action. Available with stainless steel handles, G10, Micarta, and then even a wide variety of titanium and fat carbons. They've added other blade shapes like the Pyrite Alt, which came in this Warncliffe shape, and then the Pyrite Bowie, or the Bowie Pyrite, whatever you want to call it. We also got the Pyrite Light series, knives that are very lightweight with amazing action, and you can pick this one up for less than 30 bucks. We've seen the Perfect Pyrite project, which had a whole bunch of different pyrite with different handle materials and different blade steels. But today, we're going to be looking at the new best budget option for a pyrite, and my favorite pyrite yet. And that is the newest Bowie Pyrite. Coming in this awesome scalloped textured micarta and their new AR-SFII blade steel. So, what we are looking at with the Pyrite is a 7.36 inches overall length with a 4.2 inch closed length and a 3.15 inch blade length. Our blade in this case is a clip point with a satin finish and a tall flat grind and a 110 thousandths blade stock thickness. They've always been a nice slicing knife, whichever pyrite model you chose. And this newest Bowie Pyrite is no different. You can make confetti, you can do longer cuts, whatever you want. It's very slicey. Get rid of that trash. The Pyrite, Bowie Pyrite is operated with either the thumb studs for a thumb flick or a slow roll. You can use the other side for a reverse flick. You can use that fuller for a reverse flick. And on this one, this is the best feeling reverse flick off the fuller of any Pyrite yet. I mean, these are fidgety enough. You could run this through a 5-finger flick challenge easy. That was my pinky right there off the fuller. Or it can be operated with that button lock. Whoop, there we go. So you can whip it out or put it back in with that button lock also. It is a plunge lock for the button, but the Pyrite series has always been a very dependable and durable plunge lock. They got not only the geometry right on it, but the spring tension is perfect too. You push the button, the knife goes away, but you have tons of detent feeling off the tension on that spring. These micarta scales are scalloped and contoured and are the most comfortable Pyrite grips yet. Oh, I forgot to mention, this 7.36-inch overall knife with a 3.15-inch blade comes in at only 2.4 ounces. This is lighter than what I said is the #1 budget bug out killer and the other of CJRB's 2 best budget models, the new Hectare in the AR-SFII and Micarta. The Pyrite is even lighter than the Hectare, which came in at 2.54 ounces, I believe. Incredibly light. We have a tip up as the gods intended, deep carry pocket clip that is reversible and inset with flat screws. And on this micarta, this pocket clip goes in and out of the pocket very well. I carried this for the last week, checking it out, and this just disappears in your pocket. I think this micarta is nice enough as well with that satin finish that this could pass as a gents or office carry. You could carry this in slacks without weighing you down. This could, you could use this for your gym knife. It's not going to weigh your sweats or your shorts down. It's a perfect summertime knife. It's a great wintertime knife because micarta scales don't transfer cold to your hands. It's just a great all-around option. This handle size, I wear an extra large size glove, and I have a full 4-finger purchase behind the pivot with a little bit of room. But where this really shines is in this finger choil with a saber grip up here on that jimping that does grab you, even though it's not the most grippy. You are getting locked in on that jimping for comfortable, controlled long cuts. The Bowie blade shape is fantastic for EDC because you do have enough belly for some cuts, for some longer cuts like going through cardboard before you hit that belly and start to slide out. You've got enough belly for slicing or for skinning type cuts. But this clip point, specifically the way they did it, they put the tip of the knife below the center line of the pivot. And so what that means is it's very easy to get that tip down for any type of utility or draw cuts. If you need to get that tip into something for a little bit of precision, it's very easy to use in a pinch grip. Get that tip down without having to raise your wrist very much at all. It's an all-around awesome shape because it also doubles as a beef jerky defender shape, lending itself very well to thrusting. This pokey tip is going to go in very easily, and then it's going to widen up as you get deeper. These scales, the handle is very comfortable to turn around, even if you had to do some, chest lever grips for leverage or if you're cutting some straps. If you had to use this in a beef jerky defense scenario, even though I never recommend a button lock out of any folders, the CJRB is more, the Pyrite series is more trustworthy than most. And in a beef jerky Avenger grip, I am well away from that blade and locked in. And same thing in a beef jerky Defender, where I can lock that pocket clip into my hand also. I'm well away from the edge of that blade. And as my Micarta gets stickier, the wetter it gets, I have no worries that I'm going to slide on any beef jerky juice. Why do I say this is the best Pyrite yet? It's because I do believe this is the best combination of action, materials, and price yet. We have the awesome Micarta. They call this OD green. And then we do have full inset stainless steel liners that are heavily skeletonized on both sides, allowing for that very, very lightweight and a balance directly behind the pivot. Perfect balance. And then the AR-SFII blade steel just really brings it home. So most of the Pyrites before, those have been S90V and other super steels. Most of your Pyrites are in AR RPM 9, which is CJRB's spray form that's similar to a 9CR series steel. So you do get decent toughness and corrosion resistance, but the edge retention on ARPM 9 is definitely far from top marks in the budget class. Now, it is easy to sharpen up at home, so even if you don't have diamond stones, which by now most people should, so at least you can take care of that ARPM 9 real easily. But they wanted to release something that was not only a lot tougher, but offers a lot more edge retention than ARPM 9. So we get AR-SFII, or AR for Artisan, the parent company of CJRB, SF for spray form, and 2 for their second proprietary steel. So AR-SFII is much more analogous to a spray form 154 cm. So this would be between like a 154 cm and a CPM 154 when it comes to toughness, edge retention, and corrosion resistance. And CPM 154 is still thought of as one of the most premium of the budget steels. And it's one that has seen its price level come down a lot slower than steels like D2 and 14C. So you're getting better performance than 154 cm in a 2.4 ounce knife with killer action and awesome micarta scales for $89.99. The reason I said this was the perfect budget bug out killer is I think that AR-SFII is close enough to S30V that this more than makes up for the price difference. This is only $90 as well, half the price of a bug out, with much better build quality, much better tension on the springs, a lot more comfortable and better material on the handles, on the scales I should say, and coming in again half the price of a bug out. Well, that's exactly where this Bowie Pyrite sits. Half the price of a bug out gets you the awesome micarta scales and that great SF2 blade steel. $90. So for the price of one bug out that you're gonna have to upgrade because of the crappy scales and pocket clip and springs, you can get both the Hectare and the Bowie Pyrite and AR-SFII and have the best of both worlds with the crossbar and the button lock. I really look forward to seeing them do more models in micarta and AR-SFII because I think this is a great combination for the price. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you own a Pyrite by this point? A lot of people do. The Pyrite series has reached evergreen status. It's, crazy to say that on a couple-year-old series, but it's true, it has. In budget button locks, Pyrite is one of the first ones people think of. So, it's quite likely you already own a Pyrite, and I want to know which one you have and how you love it. I also want to know what you think of this combination of what they're calling OD Green Micarta and AR-SFII. Are you going to be picking up one of the new upgraded Bowie Pyrites or the Hectare? Let me know in the comments below. I hope everybody has a killer day, night, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Look forward to seeing you on a live stream soon. Until then, stay safe, stay frosty, and most importantly, stay deadly.